everyone, and thank you for clicking on the video. My name is Nick, we're on the Atari 2600, and we're going to have a look at a game called Gyrus, published by Parker Brothers in 1984. It's a space shooter based in the arcade cabinet from Konami in 1983. We've recently reviewed this game on the Commodore 64, and I quite liked it on that, so let's see what the Atari 2600 thing can do. You control a ship, rotating circularly around some vanishing point. You shoot all the enemies coming from the centre of the screen. You've got to shoot the majority of them to get to the next level, and the idea is you start off on the outer planet's Neptune, and here we go, cool, good music, and then you need to shoot all of these, or most of them, and then you can walk to the next planet, I think every 3 levels, right, okay. Now this is going to do my head in, because the controls, they like reverse up the top. Oh, it's a real pleasure to have an Atari 2600 game that plays music. Beautiful. Lovely. I'm glad this has been played due to recommendation, so thank you to the person that recommended that one. Graphics are a little bit flickery, but that doesn't matter. I'm used to that because the Atari 2600 is doing a lot of stuff here. It did that a little bit on Asteroids as well. Different colours currently. These are all enemy ships. They will be firing at me. Later on there will be well, meteors to avoid, or asteroids if you will, and other obstacles too, different sort of satellites. So come on Nick, let's last as long as I possibly can. The Commodore 64 gameplay is a bit different to this, but both are great in their own right, and this is really pushing the system. 1984, Parker Brothers, what a great conversion this is already. These reviews aren't about expert gameplay, though I'm not doing too badly here. I haven't died yet, famous last words. They're about seeing how the game would have been on your first, second go, and would there have been enough there for you to want to go and play it again? Would there have been enough there to inspire a kid's imagination? Immediately, yes for this. It's space, it's easy to understand, and it's got a cracking soundtrack. Awesome. If you had this one back in the day, I hope this is bringing back memories for you. This is an absolute beauty. Thank you. So yes, shooting to this vanishing point in the middle, stars coming at me, flashing about the place, and cool, how far can I get? Well, hopefully I get to the first warp thing where you get, well, on the other versions, you get a graphic of warping to a different planet. We start off at Neptune, finishing up at Earth, so Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, then Earth, and I believe it loops back to the start again, so you can't complete it. It's impossible to complete it. I'm going to be hearing this music in my sleep, I think. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, because that helps me continue. There we go, we're warping away. Didn't see the planet there. It helps me continue, it helps the channel grow against loads and loads of competition. We've got a really vast array of games up now, reviews. Oh, well, probably a few thousand, yeah, believe it or not. So if you want to check out the Atari 2600 playlist, some of the reviews are based on that. Click on my username, takes you to the channel page, click on playlist tab, and that'll you see all the different systems there, including the Atari 2600. Excellent stuff. My first computer, as you know, was a Spectrum 48K, so Atari 2600 was a little bit before, so I missed out there, but I sure am enjoying playing the games now. Good. There's far less Atari 2600 games than there are ZX Spectrum. I suppose you put it, saved it on a tape rather than have to make an actual cartridge. But it's conceivable that we end up reviewing everything on the Atari 2600, but then we probably look at another system as well. Right, good. There's some sort of like purpley ships here, quite a few colours in the Atari 2600 palette there. It's all about warping, surviving, and it's probably best to stay down the bottom of the screen because it does do your noodling. So you're doing left, right, up and down, and they control essentially your movement on each quarter of the screen because it's like divided into 4. So I flip my joystick there if I can do. Let's go back down again. Right, so I'm getting more of the use of it as I go along. It's easy to understand than the Commodore 64 version. Maybe it's because my second go at this sort of control system. If I did it the other way around, I might have found the Commodore 64 one easier. But I'm surviving longer here. Well animated, this, well put together. It's a really good game. As you can tell, I love the thing. Put your comments below. I've only been playing it a matter of minutes, but I want to play it for a lot longer than this. We're warping. This must be either Neptune or Uranus, a big blue ice planet. If you're from either of those planets, give us a wave or shout in the comment section below a big hello there. Now we're versus these orangey yellow sort of boys. It's flickering, so hopefully it's coming across on the review. Sometimes the capture misses slight odd elements, but anyway, especially when it's this little flickery, but it seems to work for the subject matter. I feel like I'm playing this down the arcades now. A very exciting game to own on the Atari 2600. And if I had one, this would win a must own. If you compare it with the basicness of games like Space Invaders and such, this is really coming on, and Galaxian as well. This is really coming along. pushing the system to the limit, I would have thought. Parker Brothers, well done you. Arcade cabinet from Konami in '83, which I haven't actually played there. So to confirm, you need to destroy most of the enemies coming out the centre of the screen. Don't destroy all of them, you just get the majority, and then you're there. Have a waltz again. So it looks like it's about 3 warps to each planet, so certainly completable. This is my first go, and I'm getting quite a bit of a distance on it. As you can tell at the start, there's different modes, 1 player, 2 player, and how many lives you've got. I put it on the most lives here because I expected to be rubbish, but I'm not doing too badly. It plays the same tune on the Commodore 64 as well. I don't think the game came out on the ZX Spectrum. I might be wrong, although there was a homebrew that did more or less the same thing, but not exactly. It was influenced by that. But you know, good, loving the thing. The stars all flashing around the back. Are they repeating? Maybe a little bit. Or they animating? It might be just my imagination that's causing that. Top score in the middle. This is the PAL version being played. So possible if you played this in the US or somewhere else, the colours might be a little bit different. There's 2 brown squares left and right. They might be red on other versions. I'm not sure. Right, kaboof. Whooping again. I'm getting some great distance on this one. Getting some great distance. It's certainly a potential game to live stream, that is for sure. A whole heap of fun for everyone. That reminds me of that advert, the big yellow teapot. There's no teapots involved here. I don't think so, unless it's an end-of-level boss, I suppose. I think the Spectrum homebrew that was influenced by this did have end-of-level bosses at the end. This has got no end-of-level bosses that I'm aware of. Those all coming out of some central warp gate in the middle. Kaboof! Come on, just keep going. I think I'm going to last forever here. We aim the views to be about 10 minutes or so. Massive thank you to the members. I quite often overrun on that 10 minutes, to be honest with you. But massive thank you to the members. If you want to be a member, get access to the members section. You see what games are being reviewed in the following week. Then click on the join button. It's not compulsory by any means, so don't worry if you can't do, but it starts quite cheaply at $1.99 a month. And if you know, if 1,000 people, or let's did that, I'd be able to go full time. Just think about that. 1,000 people is a percentage of people in the world. That's not very many at all, is it? Without it, it would all be possible. And there's a lot of other things and improvements of the channel I could do. But anyway, we'll keep going. Stress busting. This is a corker. Oh, so I got hit. I think that's the first time I lost a life there. It glowed green. That's a pretty good run. 93,800 points. I think with a bit of practice I could play it for hours, and a kid back in the day I probably would have done. That animation of travelling to the centre of the screen is pretty nifty as well. Good sound, good music, good idea, great conversion, easy to understand, amazing. Kids' imagination would have added another backstory onto this too. It's happening, folks, it's happening. I can't say anything bad about this. I mean, if you want to be picky, you could have a go at the flickering, but that works with the genre quite well, I think. Adds the movement, gives you a sensation of speed. Avoid the yellow chunks being fired at you. They're supposed to be lasers, but they look a little bit like cheese. That cheese you sort of like get in McDonald's hamburgers. So that's sort of like cheese that's not like real cheese at all. Now, if you look in your deluxe cheeses on a cheese platter, if you saw McDonald's cheese there, you know that's heavily processed stuff. It glows in the dark. I don't know what it's made out of. I don't know if it's come from a cow or something else. Maybe it come from a Lego cow, maybe. But we ain't got time to talk about McDonald's cheese. We've got to fight through these aliens to get back to Earth, to clear a path, to save us from probably annihilation. That's what aliens tend to do, isn't it? But they're playing good music as they go through. As you can see, I quite often go off on a tangent on this. You're at the right channel. Subscribe. You're here. You're here. I'm here. I'm definitely here because I'm doing the talking. Right, there we go. That looks like Saturn to me. I don't think I got to Saturn on the Commodore 64 version. That's great. We zip past Saturn, so that's not too bad. Next up, Jupiter, if I get there, then Mars, then the Earth. Mercury doesn't get involved, or Pluto. Pluto's not a planet, well, at the moment, at time recording anyway. I suppose when you get to Earth, yeah, Venus and Mercury are the inner planets after there, aren't they? Right, this is a bonus stage, I think. If I shoot everything, I'm there. I don't think these guys are going to fire back at me. The green four-leaf clovers of doom. Right. Right, come on, man. Come on. 104,200 points. So the enemy seem to be like a brown, orange, green and purple. That seems to be their limit. And I'm this white thing, this white ship. Looks like maybe a medieval hat if you used to take it off the screen and put it on a Lego man. But anyway, don't worry about that. It's a medieval Lego man's hat in space, and it's saving us from everything. Right, go, boof, 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 boof. I think it was... Oh, we've got asteroids coming at us now. I think this music of a parent was doing something else in the kitchen. I think it would have drove them absolutely potty, but I don't think the kid could have minded at all. Is this music Beethoven? Dunno. Someone probably answered that on the Commodore 64 review. I've got Kasplatted again. We're into green. How many lives I've got? I put it on maximum lives here. I think I've got about 2 left. See if we can get to Jupiter. Right, just avoid everything. Be a bit clever. Be a bit cavalier. Going over the top there. Sometimes it's necessary to get close in. I don't know how I avoided that. But stuff's shooting at you quite slowly. See if you've got quick reflexes, you can probably get out the way as we shoot these brown fellows. The brown orange aliens from hell. Or wherever they are from. Probably Alpha Centauri or Proxima Centauri or one of those. Kaboom! Warp back to 12. Right, hang on to your haircuts, we're in hyperspace, baby. And how often have you heard that phrase? Never. I think I get, yeah, if I was the captain of the Starship Enterprise, that's what I would say. I'd say, Warp 12, hang on to your haircuts, baby. That's what I would say. So if you're watching Paramount and you want to have a new Star Trek series with a new captain, and you want a phrase of hang on to your haircuts, baby, then employ me as the captain of the Starship, wherever it is. Starship Nincompoop. That'd be a good film. The USS Nincompoop with me in charge. Hang on to your haircuts, baby. Warp 12. Right, I think I've died now. I've got 1 life left. Here we go. But this has been a thoroughly enjoyable game to play. I highly recommend this. If you've got emulation or even the real system, this is a good cartridge to track down and buy. I don't know how much it would cost you. Probably a bit, because the fun involved. I don't know how rare it is, but I like the game. Excellent, excellent, a great space shooter, a great conversion. I liked it as much as the Commodore 64 version. It's a bit easier, but for different reasons, that's why I like both of them. But an absolute cracker. So I hope you liked looking at that game. That was a space shooter called Gyrus on the Atari 2600, published by Parker Brothers in '84, based on the arcade cabinet from Konami in 1983. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.